Hello, Sagittarius. It's your girl, Belladonna Krishana, with your May month reading. I know I usually do them during the mid-month, but I actually am going to try something a little different. I'm going to try doing them for towards the beginning of the month or around the beginning of the month, and just kind of see how that goes. We're still trying to figure this whole YouTube thing out, so thank you for being patient and thank you for watching the videos. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about the idea of um, when I was thinking about your guys' energy, I got the phrase "piece of the pie." So right now, you guys are in a state where you are working on your piece of the pie. What's your piece of the pie? What does that look like? Um, it's obviously a part of a whole collective thing, a whole part of your life. Maybe some of you are working really hard on creating some sort of enterprise for yourself. So maybe some of you guys are working on creating a better relationship so that you guys can finally get to a state of perhaps marriage or children. You guys are working on your empire right now. And so, but this is about your piece of the pie, the proverbial pie. Pie sounds really great right now, by the way. It always sounds really good. Um, especially when you haven't really been eating that much sugar. So you're like, pie? Yes. Yes, pie. Anyway, so I'm shuffling the cards for my Libra T deck, and we will pull a couple cards, and I'll tell you what they say. So give me a moment. Okay, so we have the Six of Scepters. Six of Scepters. This is, you are done with everybody else's rules. I'm done with your rules. I'm done with the way that you tell me I should do things. I'm done with how I'm told I should be. I'm ready to move into it. I'm ready. Last month I don't think we were necessarily ready, and now we're finally ready. We have the Ten of Swords. So there's a lot of things in your life that are going to have to die, and you know that, and you might even be okay with that because you're such in this energy of like, I'm just done. So if something has to die, if folks got to get cut up, then they do. Or this could be your guys' feeling, which is a little bit apprehensive because you're a little bit what's the word, either scared or a little bit saddened by what you have to let go of. But this is the Ten of Swords. Okay. Or the universe has moved things around you in such a way where there can be nothing else but change. So we have the Six of Spheres. Six of Spheres. So this is like the Six of Pentacles, and in this particular deck, this is a card of working to completion. So this is things kind of that you're working with that are going to find their place in due time, that they're going to spring forth in due time. And this is because you've allowed yourself to move past a certain energy into this new phase, this new energy that is pushing you towards where you need to go. So I am going to shuffle the cards from the deck, my Llewellyn deck, which is the deck that I typically use when I'm doing readings, and I'll tell you what that says as well. So, alright. Sorry, I have like one of those Ring video doorbell things, and so I just got notifications, and I was like, what's going on here? Alright. It's also been really windy and really cold, and sometimes when it's like really windy, the doorbell goes off. I don't know, maybe it's haunted. I don't know. All right. So I was shuffling the cards. I just saw it at the corner of my eye, bottom of the deck, wish fulfilled. So you're on track. Like, you are doing it right now. Okay. Yes, you are in it. Let's see. Ooh, okay. I'll take that card. Two cards came out at the same time, and I was like, I'll take that. Okay. So, like, out of 6 cards, you literally got 4 major arcana cards. So that's really interesting. So the as it was explained, and there's this book called I think the Fool's Journey by Dr. Stephen Holler, who is a Gnostic, not agnostic, a Gnostic, preacher in Los Angeles, and I bought this book. And in this book, they talk about the major arcana, and how the major arcana is elements of the archetypes of the conscious self, and how everything else is sort of details of the subconscious. And so, if we're talking about the archetypes of the conscious self, this is actually really funny. So we start with the Fool card. I'll show you how this goes. We have the Fool card, which is basically like, you're starting something new. This is a new beginning. There's infinite possibilities as to where this can go, and what it can do. We have the Magician card that comes up next. Now look at this. We move from 0 to 1. And so you're in it. Like, you are so in it right now. So we move from the Fool card to the Magician card, and the Magician card is about using your will to manifest the way that you want it to be. So there are infinite possibilities, and this is like you taking all those infinite possibilities and condensing them using all the tools that you have into the vision of exactly what you want. We have the Hangman that comes up and talks about there are definite decisions that need to be made as to how this is going to move forward, as to, what things you're going to shift around within your own life, even to who you have to become in order for this thing to be successful. And so this is definitely, I mean, this is really great. A lot of things are becoming clear to you. You're actually using the tools that you have. You have all the tools that you need to make this thing happen. So maybe you're a little bit apprehensive or a little bit scared, and this is telling me that you need not to be scared or apprehensive, because you have all the tools that you need to make exactly what you want happen. Maybe this is a love situation. This is also saying you have all the tools you need within your love, within your capacity to love, to make this happen. If this is you trying to build on a love relationship or build one in general. We do have the Moon card. And so the Moon card is one that says that there is an element of darkness around the situation. Now, when I say darkness, I mean darkness is in the unknown. There are elements that still need to be worked out, maybe even elements that you're a little bit scared to look at. And so I would really kind of in this month take the opportunity to really kind of suss out those deep recesses of your mind and figure out what is it that'll prevent me from using all the tools that I have to make these things happen. It reminds me, so when I was younger, the first book I ever read in my entire life, in first grade or whenever you start reading books, was The Sorcerer's Apprentice. And this very much kind of ties into the magician energy, which is the if I can remember this correctly, because it was such a long time ago, but basically the apprentice of the sorcerer goes out to run an errand and leaves the apprentice to watch over the shop. And in the process, he uses the tools that he has in order to clean up the shop. And so he makes the brooms like do their little dance and kind of sweep up everything, and he like gets the mops and the buckets, the mops and the buckets to like, do their thing with like cleaning the floors, and he's just kind of sitting back chilling, not really doing anything. He's letting everything else do it until everything sort of goes haywire. And this is kind of that same sort of energy. You need to get to really dig deep and go into the dark recesses of your mind. You need to work on your shadow kind of work, so that although things are going well now and the mops are doing what they should do and the brooms are doing what they should do, you want to make sure that it doesn't go haywire, that your will doesn't cause that your will within your subconscious, within your kind of shadow self, doesn't cause unnecessary chaos, doesn't cause unnecessary obstacles. So if there's some healing work that needs to be done, resentment or perhaps unforgiveness that needs to be worked on, definitely work on that, because you don't want that to affect what is happening right now. You are in the magician period. You have you're getting to the point where you're being a little bit more proficient in your gifts, in your reality, and the things that you are able to do. And so now is kind of the time where you actually work on the things that you've perhaps collected, even in traumatic ways, collected from your past experience, and allow those things to sort of be worked out before you move forward completely. And don't be afraid to sort of let go of things that do absolutely need to let go, that just do not fit in the lexicon of where you're going to be going. Um, I have the Queen of Cups here, and this is telling me to make sure that you are using your intuition. Make sure that you're being receptive and allowing your you guys are a fire sign, so allowing your passion to kind of flow forth. And it really doesn't really matter at this point right now how that passion is seen, as long as and I say this all the time, as long as it's authentic, um as long as it is your true expression or your true form, then it really doesn't matter. Let that passion move forward and do what it needs to do, and it'll knock the shit out of anything it needs to knock out of, or it'll bring to you what needs to be brought to you. But just kind of like, trust yourself right now. Trust who you are and what you are doing and what your destiny is, what your path is. Trust yourself right now. We have the strength card. And so this is a couple things. This could be, like myself, a Leo, that is going to be kind of your rock, or this can also be talking about, um, see, so there's like a maiden and she's taming this like lion here. And this could also be talking about really sort of taking charge and learning how to tame the lion, learning how to fix your energy in such a way that you can kind of overcome obstacles very easily. And again, this is all about the magician. So really, if I was going to, I guess I have to name this video, and I guess I'd name it the magician, because as I said, these are archetypes. And the archetype right now that seems to speak out to me the most, as far as your guys' energy is concerned, is now you're in a place where you have your wand, you have your sword, you have your pinnacle, and you have your cup. Right? You have your elements to make something more stable. You have your cup where you're able to use your will and your passion and your intuitive natures in order to transmute something into something that you need within your life. And all those things kind of go together. You have your wand, which is the thing that you use to channel your energy through in order to make things happen. You also have your sword in case you need it, which is going to be the thing that is going to, a lot of things, if you think about it, when you are like the British culture, when they are doing the knighting, they use the sword. So you have your sword to anoint things that need to be anointed, or to cut things off that needs to be cut off. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for watching these videos and subscribing and liking and sharing. Your support is always amazing. And I'm available for readings in case you guys want them. Go ahead and email me in the description below, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.